Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. Thank you so much for being here today. I wanted to share with you a video about breaking in my notebooks, and I don't know what it is for me this year for the Hobonichi Techo. I finished the Hobonichi Avec from January to June, and then I had this brand new July to December Hobonichi, all the crisp pages, nice and clean and ready to go, but I just didn't feel like journaling in it. And I don't know, I was really hesitant this year to get it going. I know Penguin's Creative, she shared a post about putting on stickers on her cover and enjoying her time prepping her new notebook, but I was not feeling the same at all, and I was having a difficult time getting it started. And so in this video, I just bring out my paints and stencils. You can see this big tub of paint that I have. I wish I could show you a more organized way of storage. I used to have it stored nice and straight, kind of in a rainbow fashion with the colors, all the pinks and the reds together and the blues and the greens. And then, of course, my daughter likes to journal along with me, and she likes to kind of play along, so the paints are always all over the place, but I just wanted to share you the reality of how my storage is. So in this video, I will be taking out my paints and just adding paint to the pages. It's really simple. I know for some people, and for myself, like I said, I just don't feel like starting a blank book, or it's a bit intimidating. I don't know, sometimes I don't mind that and I'm ready to go, and then sometimes it stops me from writing, and it stops me from creating. So I wanted to create the black pages that Diane does, Diane Reevely. I'm using this dialogue insert. It's a Dylusions dialogue insert. Somebody asked me if it was the same height or the same dimensions as the regular size Traveler's Company Traveler's Notebook, and yes, it is. And so I don't know if you watch Diane's videos, but she has several of these black pages in between these colorful ones, and I unfortunately ordered the wrong color. I ordered, I don't remember the exact name of this, but I should have ordered the black marble. I remember it's called Balmy Nights, so I don't know, I ordered this from, I want to say Simon Says Stamp, but I should have done more research. I should have really looked into it first before purchasing it, because this is not, obviously it's not the black, the stark black that I wanted. But I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to waste it. It's like a nice subtle gray, like a nice light black, and it has like blue undertones to it. So I'm not going to, purchase another bottle until I finish this one. Then the next one, I'll make sure that I order the proper black paint. But I'm going to use up the paint that I have left on the sponge and just kind of add some more like stenciling to the pages. The stencil, this alphabet stencil I received from Robin. Thank you, Robin. I don't know if she's watching, but Talks from the Heart. I will leave her down below, her channel down below. She's a lot of fun. I'm always laughing when I'm watching her videos, and then if my son sees me, he's like, "Why are you laughing? What's so funny?" Anyways, yes, so I'm adding some kind of lettering in the background to use up the excess paint on the sponge here. I don't know, maybe it's the I don't have the proper like craft mat. I'm just using packaging that I have that I felt that was quite waxy, or that has this coating. So I'm using that instead of a craft mat. So I feel like the paint doesn't properly get absorbed on the sponge. I don't know if I'm wording it correctly, or I don't know how to explain it, but when I see Diane Reevely's video, and she just adds like a little dollop of paint, and that lasts for the whole page, but I had to add several little bits of paint, and I feel like I'm wasting a lot more. I don't know, I think I'll have to invest in the proper craft mat in the future, but I just didn't want to waste this packaging that I had. It works great because the paint rubs right off, but I just don't know if it's properly, I don't know, the paint isn't really properly absorbing into the sponge. I'm just kind of dabbing the sponge here and there, uh, dabbing the excess off. I think Diane was mentioning in one of her videos that if you leave too much of the paint on, then it kind of dries up and it turns hard, and I didn't want that to happen. And in this example, I wanted to clean off the paint, but I left it too long, so now I'm just going to grab some wipes and clean off whatever I can. Previously, when I used the stencil, I just kind of ran it under water and the paint rubbed off nice and easily that way. So you can see here, it's not that hard, it's not that difficult to clean off. So yes, this Dylusions notebook I'm working in is my One Book July Challenge. This is the One Book July Challenge version 2.0. If you are new to the One Book July Challenge, I'll leave the link down below to the 2.0 challenge, I guess. It's trying to work on one project for the month of July. You can start it in the month of July. You don't necessarily have to finish it in this month. I am going to try my best to finish it this month, but don't beat yourself up. It's not like it's you're supposed to have fun with it. So I'll leave the link down below to Romany's Realms video explaining the One Book July Challenge 2.0 edition. So if you are curious about that, please check that out. I just left the pages in between, some like craft paper in between, so that I can let that paint to dry. Now I'm going to work in my Hobonichi. I'm going to add some stenciling to the pages. It's really not, I don't really have much to share actually, but you'll just see me adding some stenciling, and the video gets cut off in the middle again. I don't know what it is. I made sure that I had enough memory, but maybe it's just my phone. It just died after a bit of me filming. But at the end of the video, I will share with you a flip through of what the pages look like. And yes, I take out my stencils, I add a bit of paint to them. I'm using the Tim Holtz distress stains. I know I don't think they're accessible anymore. I think they discontinued it, but you can still do the same with watercolors. You can just plop some watercolor here and there. You can use watercolor to stencil as well if you have these like sponges. I don't know if you noticed, but when I was taking out the stencils, I had a makeup sponge. So sometimes before I had these, what is the proper terminology of these? But before I had these ones, I would just use a makeup sponge and use the makeup sponge to add color through the stencil, and that worked fine too. So if you don't have access to that, you can easily use a makeup sponge. So here is the not final, but the flip through of what I ended up doing to my pages. I add some color here and there. Sometimes I added both distress stain and then also added some stenciling on top of it. Some pages have just one color, some have several colors. So yes, I'm just kind of flipping through because my phone did cut off and I'm not too sure why that happened, but I hope you can do that. I think I'm not going to videotape this, but I will most likely look through the pages again and add washi tape here and there. I did that with my previous Hobonichi cousin and I really enjoyed that. It just kind of encourages me to journal a bit more, so I will probably add washi tape and stickers, but there it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.